Hey guys, before this video starts, I'd just like to say that my new website has been updated. We got some new products. I started off with the liberal tears mug, and that did really well. So I added a feminist tears mug because I saw some people suggesting that, so I put one in. Also, a no safe space here, American flag. Sorry about that. And Trump is my president, and that is from the Trump is not my president hashtag that trended on Twitter the day Trump got elected. So that's also available in a number of colors. And also, if you would like to buy these products, they ship out very quickly, and everybody that buys a product, I think, will be entered into a giveaway. I think I'm going to give away like an Xbox or a PS4 or something. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet, but if you order something, you'll be automatically in the list, and I'll randomly select someone, and voila, you'll probably have a new Xbox. You might. I don't know, so we'll see. So if you guys are interested, it'll be the first link in the description, or it'll be a card on the screen, and go ahead and check it out if you're interested. Thank you. Let's go on with the video.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It strikes me that there are three overarching questions. Number one, can government force citizens to accept certain religious beliefs? Number two, can government prevent citizens from holding certain religious beliefs? And thirdly, Mr. Chairman, can government decide which religious beliefs are acceptable and which are not? And I find it instructive that in what is supposed to be a legal hearing on the free exercise of religion, the Democrats offer a health care professional as their witness. And then I thought some more about it, and I thought, Mr. Chairman, well, of course they did, because Supreme Court law is not on their side. When a state decided to tell a church, you have to pledge allegiance to the flag, the church objected, and the Supreme Court said, you're right, you don't have to. And when a state decided to tell a religious organization, you must display a license tag that has a certain phrase on it, the church objected, and the Supreme Court said, you're right, you don't have to. And when the state exercised what's a pretty compelling interest in having an educated citizenry and said you must send your students to school to a certain age, a religious organization objected, and the Supreme Court said, you're right, you don't have to. And whether it's animal sacrifice, or whether it's working on Saturdays, or whether, heaven forbid, it is deciding who your ministers are, and the Supreme Court ruled 9-0, Mr. Chairman. Can you find me another case in this fragmented state of jurisprudence that we're in, a 9-0 case, that this administration overstepped its bounds because it tried to tell a church who it can hire, fire, and retain as a minister? This is a legal issue. And the administration will prevail if it can prove two things. Number one, that there's a compelling state interest in providing free contraceptive care to the contrary of people's religious beliefs. And you sit there and think, well, it is important, just like fighting obesity and stopping smoking and all the other things that I couldn't get Dr. Rosenstock to answer for me. It's important. Is it compelling? Well, how can it be compelling when you grandfather out so many entities and when you have so many exceptions? But just give them that, Mr. Chairman. Give them the compelling interest part for sake of argument. Is it the least restrictive means? Mr. Chairman, if our colleagues on the other side of the aisle want to create within the penumbra of the Fourth Amendment a constitutional right to free contraception, let them pass a bill. But do not make that man do it when it violates his religious beliefs. So I would ask this to the two legal experts, because I'm not. But you don't have to be one to look at Supreme Court law and see if you can protect a group's right to practice animal sacrifice in Florida, but you can't stand up for the Catholic Church's beliefs on when life begins? So I would ask my two legal experts this. Does it meet the compelling interest test? And is there a least restrictive means of accomplishing this goal, even assuming arguendo that it does? Ms. Monahan.
Just to clarify, I'm not a legal expert, so I defer to our legal expert over here.
All right. Ms. Uden.
To answer your question in a nutshell, I mean, it's completely unconstitutional, and it does not satisfy the compelling government interest or the least intrusive means test.
And tell us in the 45 seconds I have remaining why it doesn't meet the compelling interest test.
Well, I mean, you have to understand what's constituted compelling government interest in the past. It's something like national security or preventing crimes. I mean, if you really think about that standard, it's something that's used in the context of the Equal Protection Clause when we determine when racial discrimination is allowed and when it's not. And when that standard is met, racial discrimination is in fact allowed. So if you think about it that way, you understand just how extreme or how strict that standard is. And absolutely, we can say that here, in this situation, the stated government interest is in an increase in the access to contraception. And when applied to religious organizations, that's only a marginal increase in the access to contraception, which absolutely, we can all agree, does not rise to the level of compelling government interest.
Well, I'm out of time, so I won't have a chance to ask you if the president can make people stop smoking, because that's in the overall health benefit of all of us, or whether they can make diabetics diet so all of our costs go down. I'll have to save that for another hearing, and hopefully the Democrats will invite a legal expert instead of a health care professional, Mr. Chairman, if we have another hearing.
Well, Mr. Gowdy can be the chairman's lawyer anytime.
All immigrants. Exactly. We are all immigrants.
Look, a lot of people have done it before. That's what God gave us. That's what makes us all equal. He gave us rights. Now fuck you.
Mexico is very hard on their borders. Why don't you go down south?
This is going to prevail. Heaven and earth will pass
But you
away,
lost the land. Thank God you lost the land. You think we want America to be like Mexico? No. If you want it, go to Mexico. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
You're browner than us. He is browner than us. You go to Mexico. He's accused me of dying of AIDS. He has called me a girl. He is homophobic. He is racist. Why would we halt Islam? Islamic people do nothing wrong. A bunch of group of people who are terrorizing has nothing to do with the religion.
Any company, any store, any judge goes against
That's the main reason.
There's all talk, no action, like you. Haven't done a thing, like made a little sign.
You don't?
Get out of here.
Do you have Obamacare?
Yeah.
He just wants free
He's dumb.
Then who do you support in all of this?
You know stupid's forever, right?
Hey,
You can't say Bernie Sanders.
He's as dumb as a brick. My dog is smarter than that idiot.
I would be more.
How much is Bernie paying you?
I don't like entirely. More inclined to vote.
You already been tricked by Bernie. He's already taken $40 million in personal donations this year. That's $40 million he's already taxed you. He's not even in office.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question.
Bernie lover!
No.
You graduated from school?
No, I'm not going to.
This guy likes Bernie.
This guy likes Bernie.
And Fountain Hill's here?
That explains it.
That explains it, buddy.
I've been managed my class because
Do you go to Fountain Hills?
no, I've managed in my life.
Why don't you go to fucking Gamma?
You know what? That's what this United States of America needs. Politicians, you know what? All these people, I'm 60.
It was one business 4 times.
I have a right to speak. My son,
Out of the hundreds of successes.
For your freedom. For your freedom. He sacrificed his life for your freedom. No, my son did. Listen, my son.
He's smiling.
Let me tell you
He's
something.
smiling.
Let me tell you something. You need to get an education before you get out here.
No, you fucking don't.
I have an education. You don't have an education.
Okay, but I'm not standing
How are you comparing?
At least we're not making up facts.
Turn your sign around. How the fuck can you compare Trump to Hitler?
You haven't
I
even
have some
graduated.
education, but that doesn't.
Clearly, you don't
I
have a
bet
good
World
enough
War II
education.
veterans who fought
I never
on
said
D-Day wouldn't be very happy with
That
that
fucking
sign.
sign. How the fuck can you compare Trump to
I have
Hitler?
voted for all these people. I even voted
It's a reused sign, too.
for Arpaia, for Ducey, for, for years I voted. And you know what? The minute I vote for them, they go to the Capitol, and guess what they do? They only do stuff that is going to put money into their pocket. They don't do what's for you. for we the people. We vote for them, but it's not we the people. They do it for whatever they want, and that's an education you need to learn, son. And I'm not.
Have you ever been to the Holocaust Museum, though? And so seeing all that 6 million pairs of shoes in there, of those 6 million Jews.
It's very sad.
You think that Trump is comparable?
You think you can make a comparison to Trump?
How could you?
Is similar.
Oh,
How is it? No, you're straight up saying he is Hitler.
Why did you write that? Because when you see that Holocaust Museum and see the death of 6 million Jews, how could you ever? Yes, God bless him.
But the problem that I have is the fact that you are saying he's racist.
I don't think World War II veterans would be very appreciative of that sign. They know what real American soldiers didn't die for you to do this. Billy, go stand behind that Mexican reporter.
I'm not really because you know what? I am for everybody, and I think that anybody who follows the law deserves to be here. If you're here illegally, what the fuck? That's not okay. And for us to say that's not okay, these are the laws we have in place. We are not going to go ahead and do this. That's right. You know what? It's not fair that I'm considered racist because we want to follow laws.
Sorry.
I know you're not saying that I'm racist. But the fact
Your son says you're out here protesting that. And you're saying that we're racist, and we're not.
You know what? We have laws, and people are breaking them. That's right here. But now, according to your sign, because I'm for Trump, let's make America racist again. That's bullshit. I'm not a racist. I want people to follow
And
me.
you're out here protesting what isn't even right.
Yeah.